Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Hot Zone. I'm your host, Jason Robinson. And in the Hot Zone today, we have got a special treat for you ladies. That's right, we've got Mr. Lover Lover. They call him Mr. Boombastic, reggae superstar Shaggy. We're going to speak to him today a little bit about his career, his music, about his new Cheeto Super Bowl commercial with actors Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis. And you can't miss his Valentine's Day advice for the men to make it hot for their ladies. All that and more. So stay tuned, because you're in the Hot Zone.
Mr. Lover Lover. Now Mr. Lover Lover.
And welcome back to the Hot Zone. We are joined by Mr. Lover Lover, reggae superstar Shaggy. Welcome to the Hot Zone, Shaggy.
Much respect, man. Blessed. Thanks for having me.
Listen, it's all my pleasure to have you here. And I'm just so excited to be talking to you, the legend that you are. And obviously, I'm so excited about that new Cheeto Super Bowl commercial that you have. And we're going to get into all of that a little bit later. But first, I just want to start about asking you. Now, you're born in Kingston, Jamaica. How is it like being born and raised in Kingston, Jamaica?
I think it's one of the greatest honors anyone can ever had. And I'll break it down to you in many ways. When you think about, if you look at what they have done, through music, sports, academics, politics, it's a very special place to be from, and we're a very special people. You know what I mean? And I'm proud to be a Jamaican.
Well, I'm a Jamaican too, Shaggy. My parents are born in Kingston, Jamaica.
Come on, that
So,
makes you Jamaican,
listen,
man.
I'm repping. I gotta rep JA, baby. Gotta rep JA.
Come on.
But the only thing I didn't like when I used to go there to visit all the time when I was a little kid, my grandfather, I had nothing but cold water in the shower. So I had to be taking cold showers. I couldn't get clean, man.
Well, I want to tell you, I mean, that has changed now, obviously.
Obviously.
Most of these homes now, they have solar water heaters, and it's become kind of a bit more of a norm. Back days, only the affluents would be having hot water in their pipes. But there's something about having a refreshing shower. When I was in the military, I was fighting in the war, and we used to have showers, not daily, because we had to conserve our water. So we shower once a week. And we'd be out there in the middle of the desert, and it would be cold, and there's nothing that feels better than an amazing cold shower.
Wow.
Yeah, and because it's the island.
It gets the blood flowing, right?
Yeah, it gets the blood flowing, and it's the island, so it's always warm, so you get a nice cold shower. It balances out,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly, and that's always important.
But I can imagine as a kid it would be,
Yeah, exactly. I didn't want to take a shower anyway, let alone doing it in cold water. Tell me this, growing up as a kid, were you good, or did you get in a lot of trouble growing up as a kid?
Depends on who you ask.
Okay.
My mother has had conflicting stories over the years. One time she's like, "Oh, you're such a good kid," and another means, "Oh boy, you give me so much trouble."
Yeah.
It all depends, if she wants something from me, or she wants me to do something, or we're disagreeing or something, she'll bring the whole thing, how hard I work, much things you were such a hard child to work on. I'm like, Mom, stop, you only had one. So
So it wasn't that hard, only had one.
Only one, there's people with six. I mean,
At what point growing up did you realize that the music industry was something that you wanted to pursue?
I really came into music business based on girls.
Mr. Lover Lover, of course. Yeah. But I heard you was discovered singing on the streets with your friends in Kingston. Is that how you were discovered?
I used to be in Brooklyn, and just, once I started doing all of that, I started doing the local circuit, dancehall circuits, and sound systems, and just just made a name for myself.
So now you said that you was in United States Marine Corps. I believe you enlisted in, what was that, about 1988 maybe?
I think 88, yeah.
Right. I heard there is where you perfected your signature singing voice. How did that happen? How did you even have time to do that?
There's a lot of things that is voice training for you. I mean, I was running and singing cadences for my platoon, so we'll run for, a 3-mile run. And I'll come out and I'll sing these cadences. I don't know, but I've been told my CEO wears pantyhose. And you sing in this tone of voice as a mimic to the drill instructors who used to talk, hey boy, come on here, boy. You need to drop and give me 20 right now, boy. I sang, I don't know, just in that tone, just to mimic them. It became a sound that everybody was recognizable, a signature sound. And, you know, so I just kept doing that on songs.
Man, you've done so much in your career. You've had so many great songs and hit songs like Mr. Boombastic and Angel, and of course, my favorite, it wasn't me.
But she caught me on the counter.
So what was your formula behind the success of all of your music and hit songs like those?
You know, people are used to cookie cutting.
Yeah.
You know, if that song worked, you know, the next one has to sound like that. You have to believe in yourself and believe in your craft and believe in your vision to stand up to all of that.
There you go. Yeah, a lot of times people are just used to what they hear from, you know, their and they just want the same thing, but you got to flip it up.
And I don't like to stay in a box. So, you know, I think that is what has contributed to my success musically. And then the rest of it is really just work ethic. You know, I got a lot of good work ethic from being in the military. I'm always on time. I push forward. I go really hard. And I never lose the hunger.
Now, I believe it's 20 years since the release of your hit song, It Wasn't Me. So tell us about that song and how did it come to be and what it was all about.
You know, it's so amazing. It wasn't me. You know, 20 years ago, I wrote the song, and it has taken me on an amazing ride. And here I am again at 20 years later, and it's taken me on another amazing ride again.
Right, yeah.
We did an anniversary album.
Right.
Put it out, and it's out there for everyone to purchase and rock with, and that's what we're doing. You know, it's just a good vibe. It's you know, I sit down and retract my step and say, well, what is it that I was doing at that time? I need to repeat this. You know, what kind of coffee I drank that morning.
I was going to ask you around that time. I mean, you're a happily married man now, but hot zone question of the day is, how many times have you told the ladies in your past, it wasn't me? Can you count how many times?
I don't have to. I don't get caught.
Yeah.
You know, the thing about wasn't me is it's a type of saying that literally it fits every occasion.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what, when we're writing it first, I thought about how relatable it is to all walks of life, whether you're young, old, black, white, no matter what religion, what sexual orientation, it just works for every single thing.
Yeah.
And it's you continue to write. Yeah, I continue to sit down and target relatable songs.
Yeah.
For people.
And that's the most important thing to do.
Yeah, just make it relatable.
Yeah. So let's speak about this now. Obviously, you know, It Wasn't Me is a huge success, global sensation hit. And now it has led you to a brand new Cheetos Super Bowl commercial that you're doing with actors Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis. Tell us all about this commercial and how it came to be.
Well, you know, Cheetos got in touch with us to use a song for a commercial. And we thought it was just a regular sync. Okay. And then they asked, you know, they would like me to be in the commercial. And I was like, okay, this gets interesting, you know.
Right, yeah.
And then halfway down it, they told me that it was going to be a Super Bowl commercial. And I'm like, wow. Mm-hmm. Okay. And then they revealed the actors that it was Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis. I'm like, wow.
Yeah, man, that's big.
So overall, it was really great. You know, we went there, and when I read the script, the concept was so good. It was funny, and it's relatable because everybody has that situation where, you know, who took the chips?
Yeah, it wasn't me.
Yeah, I mean, especially during Super Bowl. So it's just relatable. It made sense. It was great.
Granted access to your snacks. Don't act surprised that she sneak behind your back. You gotta keep tabs before she empty that bag. Let's review the situation. Orange fingers, red flag. To keep you on stash, you gotta hide it better.
I was a student, you know. I sat there and watched Mila and Ashton do their thing, and I realized why their show was such a success, because their chemistry, they're smiling, they're laughing, they're joking. They play off each other,
yeah,
timing wise, and all I was doing, I just sat there and soaked it up and just went into character, you know.
Yeah, just how was it working with those two? I mean, it's an amazing, such gifted actors, you really had to learn a lot from them and work with them.
Yeah. I mean, this is their lane, you know. I'm you never stop being a student, you know.
Yeah.
So I humbled myself in that situation and just really just soaked up as much as possible with them. And they were very cool, man. They were open to the whole thing. They love the energy, the vibe, and yeah.
Nice. But I don't know if you are a football fan or not. But if you are, who are you taking? Are you taking Tom Brady and the Bucks, or are you doing Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs? Who do you have, man? Who do you have?
I was actually with Brady for the simple fact that he relates to me as a guy who's been in this for a long time, and people keep saying, you ain't gonna do it again. It only happens because of this producer and that person. And I recently just did, you know, I had a producer I working for years, and people was like, and we stopped working together, and I was like, oh, you can't get it. And then we did Banana, which is a song that I produced that was a massive hit last year, and I was like, that's kind of how I feel, you know what I mean?
Right.
So and I produced it, and you know, did it, and you know, worked it, and we got it, and I was like, okay, no, it's definitely not anybody else but me, what I'm about. I think Brady really just proved that himself. Everybody was always Belichick, but it's not. Clearly, it's about Brady. So I think right now, whether they win the Super Bowl or not, they've already won. Well, Brady has already won.
He has, yes.
And the Chiefs is really favorite at this point.
Yeah.
I'm doing some amazing work, and it's going to be it's certainly going to be the most watched Super Bowl ever because of Brady.
Yes.
And it's certainly going to be an exciting time because it's COVID and everybody's locked up, so everybody's going to be viewing it. And third of all, it's the first time ever in history that you have a home field advantage.
It's almost like he has extra pressure to win because he's playing in his own home.
Oh yeah. But then as you know, as nature would have it, you know, that's why the Almighty is a comedic one.
Right.
Yeah, by the way, you could only have 20,000 people in the stadium. So that real heavy crowd reaction that you would get, that home court and home field advantage, yeah, you're not really going to get all that.
Yeah.
You're going to limit that. By the way, all you people, you can't sit together. So you can't get the vibe. You got to be like 3 seats apart. Okay.
Right.
So it's unique, man. It's a unique time.
You and Rihanna, I heard, was supposed to maybe collaborate on her album, but it didn't really work out. Is that true? What really happened there?
No, not at all. I'm a big fan of Rihanna, man.
Okay.
Rihanna, I've had an amazing relationship over the years. Every time I'm here, it's all love. You know, she's doing a reggae album, and obviously, me being somebody that's very prominent in reggae, you know, it's natural for them to reach out to me on it.
Yeah.
And you know, I was speaking to her A&R, and you know, he wanted me to send some songs over, and I was like, I would prefer to just be in the same place, and let's try and cook like that. You know, obviously, her schedule is crazy. She's doing Fenty and all these things, and mine is a little crazy. And you know, I was said, I don't think I want to send any songs. I want to sit in and do it. And so that was a bit of a you know, the disagreement at that point, but it wasn't anything of craziness. I just said, yeah, man, you know, I would rather us do it. So maybe in the future we'll do it like that if we have time and if we can go in. But I'm just not the guy who's just going to be, okay, I'm just going to send some stuff in. I'm not, you know, I don't create that way.
I performed for the Queen, right?
Well, no, I just think in an important collaboration like Rihanna, it's you know, you want to be in the same vibe and catch that, you know what I mean? It's some people you could probably do a record and send to, and you know, but whatever I'm doing Rihanna, I want it to be special, you know, because I think that highly of her. I mean, she is the most sensational Caribbean artist since Bob Marley.
Wow.
And
big right there. Yeah.
And you see what she has done, especially with her brand, and you know, put her country on the map, and she's exceptional, you know, so anything that we're doing with her must be special.
I agree with you 100%. She is great. You are great. So yes, we are definitely looking forward to a collaboration.
Yeah, hopefully it happens. You know?
Absolutely. I ask you this question because the ladies want to know, right? Valentine's Day is coming up very soon. It's right around the corner. And you are Mr. Lover. And since the ladies can't have you because you're happily married, obviously, they need your help in giving advice to their men on how to make Valentine's Day hot and sexy and romantic. So will you please give some advice and tips to the men to make their Valentine's Day special for their ladies? What tips and advice do you have, man?
I just think that Valentine's, if you're in a relationship, Valentine's Day should be not just on Valentine's Day. It takes it's a work in progress with you, and because people grow,
Yeah.
you know, especially if you've been with a partner for long. The person you are today is not the same person you were 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Things happen and you change, your perspective change, everything change. It takes constant work to kind of have you and that person change together.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And if you're not there, and if you're far away and you're not working on the relationship, you'll grow apart.
Yeah.
And that's how you end up with, you know, and then everything is relative to bullshit versus value.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And if the person has a lot of value, you put up with as much bullshit because the value is there. The minute the bullshit outweighs the value,
Right.
that's when it's a wrap. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But not because you have a lot of value, you should take advantage at the same time. You got to have balance. So I think, yeah, you know, making it special is great. You know, of course, it's all about showing appreciation. I have moved away from doing material things to doing personal things.
Right.
You know, I'll cook you a meal.
Right.
You know, I'll sit down and do an art project and make something for you, you know, construct jewelry for you or something like that. Something special. I think that this year there's a place that I know she's been wanting to go, and then I'm just going to just jump in my car, let's drive. We're going to go there.
Nice.
Spend the weekend and just kind of, you know, have great food, you know, and even if you don't want to cook, just, hey, bring her in and just hire a chef.
Right. Yes.
Bring the chef in and call all of her favorite friends over, you know, and be like, okay, let's do this. Or, you know, I mean, just you got to know your woman to know what is it that they like, or whatever it is that, you know, that person likes, and you tap into it and make it special. You know, that's all Valentine's Day is. It's really just a celebration of your union, and and a reminder to let you know that it still stands for something. You know what I'm saying? And it's still important.
Yeah, it's really important what you said. It's not just that one particular day. It's really every day, because a lot of men feel like this pressure.
But, I gotta do this. You know, in every relationship, you know,
I mean?
If, you know, if you just have a simple friendship, you know, whether it be a relationship with your mother or whatever, it is the same thing. You know, you need to be working at it constantly.
Right. Absolutely. And how is your beautiful wife and your children doing?
They're great. You know, I'm obviously I have to be in New York for a while. I've been doing a lot of press and getting everything done. So after Super Bowl, I'll probably, you know, try and see if I can make myself home, or we meet somewhere or something like that. I'll figure it out.
In time for Valentine's Day, you'll get back?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. and also, probably an extra tip for the men, you might want to should they get some Guinness Stout and a raw egg, or maybe some, you know, Magnum tonic wine? That might help, Shaggy.
It's a myth, man. Come on. I'm buying to the myth, man. Come on.
Okay, all right. Gotcha. I'm glad you cleared it up for them. Don't waste your time.
You know, it boils down to chemistry. You know, you have to have that chemistry with that person. You have to be compatible.
My friend says, oh, he believes in love at first sight. Like, when I saw my wife for the first time, I loved her. I said, I don't believe in love at first sight. I can't look at that woman across the street and just say, oh, I love her. No, I got to get to know her.
I wouldn't say it's love at first sight, but it's certainly a connection. I met my wife when she was probably around 16. And
16? Wow.
16, yeah. I saw her at 16.
Okay.
And there's something like we just clicked. I never saw her again until she was 19.
So when you said you saw her and you just felt
I saw her in passing, and we were introduced. But I was with somebody who knew her, and it just said, "Hey," and it was just something there. I never forgot her.
But you felt the connection only after you actually spoke to her, though, right? Like verbally.
No, just from seeing her.
Oh wow.
It was just something, and we spoke briefly. Hey, hi, how you doing? Blah blah. I never saw her again until she was about 19, but I never forgot her.
Okay, wow.
I could remember the details of what she was wearing, where she was. She was smoking a cigarette at the time, 16.
Yeah,
right. I remember every single details of it. But then in 19, we met up, and you know, I saw her again at that time, and we never started dating. She was like 20 or 21.
Man, that's a beautiful love story, man. That's a beautiful love story. So listen, what can your fans look forward to you coming up project-wise? And, I see you're in the studio right now. What new projects and what new music can your fans look forward to coming up?
We have a lot of things going on. We got some new music coming out. The Spices album is supposed to be coming out. We're looking forward to that. Our single is coming out pretty soon also. So I'm looking forward to that. Then I have a couple of projects on my own that I'm putting out single-wise. So, it's great.
Well, listen, we are all looking forward to your music. You are a legend, right? You are the GOAT of reggae music, right? Like, you have done it all for so many years, and you've brought us such great music that really hits the heart and hits the soul and just gets us dancing and moving. We love what you do, and thank you for everything that you have done for us, in the industry and just in life. And obviously we're going to be looking forward to that Super Bowl commercial. Super Bowl commercial that's going to be run throughout
this Sunday. Yes, check it out.
Yes, absolutely. Well, we look forward to you and everything that you're doing. Check out the Super Bowl commercial by Shaggy during the Super Bowl, of course, and all his music that's going to be coming up. All right. So listen, thank you so much for joining me in the Hot Zone, Shaggy.
Thanks, brother.
If she asks where they are, you say forget her. Never admit to a word, and please don't upset her. And if she keep on stalking, I guess you let her.
Well, did you?
Wasn't me.
Hey, everybody, this is Shaggy, and I'm in the Hot Zone.